Style guide says not to use foreign plurals. Guess I'll call it a datumsbase, then. I was working in science communication when our in-house copy editor created a style guide. According to this guide, you shouldn't say there are 1,612 cats. Instead, you should spell out numbers 1 to 9 and use numerals for numbers over 10. Okay, no worries. The author didn't like too much punctuation. Don't use Oxford commas. They're unnecessary, if you say so. We were also told not to write octopi or octopodes, but to stick with octopuses. Foreign plurals are usually wrong and always pretentious. Avoid them. Malicious compliance time. From the day the new style guide launched, a Thursday, I had 2 working days before our part-time copy editor was back in the office. 2 whole days of delightedly replacing foreign plurals with English versions of them. Data? Foreign plural. Pretentious. Get rid of it. A database datumsbase is a great way to store large amounts of information. Analyses? Pretentious. Our analyses showed that, quote, criteria? Nope. The selection criterions for this job are, quote, media? There was great medium's coverage of our work, including on CNN and in the Washington Post. Come Tuesday I received a very mild talking to, yes. ZweiEnte. You're very clever. Stop it. And the style guide was updated to suggest we use common sense. Since then, though, it's become a running joke among a few of us. And we do our best to only half-arse whatever the foreign singular might have been. So, what are you going to have for lunch today? Dear Redditor? Raviolos or spaghettises? Idiot. What about 10? 1.9 and over 10 leaves a gap. There was a recent court case. Major victory for the Teamsters because of a missing Oxford comma. Macaronises and cheese. Their take on the Oxford comma immediately invalidates everything else. That's right up there with, don't end a sentence with a proposition. Sorry. This is English, not Latin. That's the sort of nonsense up with which I shall not put. Martini? No thanks, I only want one. Very old Wayne and Shuster joke. If you were quoting from the style guide, there is incorrect grammar in it. Don't use Oxford commas. They're unnecessary, is a comma splice. It ought to be either don't use Oxford commas. They're unnecessary, or don't use Oxford commas. They're unnecessary. I love this type of mild malice. Good job. Call it Octopussy, and say it's an ode to James Bond. I am not a fan of spaghetti. Booty can get behind some spaghettises. One strand of spaghetti is a spaghetto. Which also seems like a really nice resort in the middle of a place where people who are oppressed are sent to live. The Oxford comma should always be used when the sentence may become ambiguous without it. And it usually can. Don't use Oxford commas, they're unnecessary. This person is evil! Exclamation mark. Oxford comma for life! Exclamation mark. Spaghettos. I'll be that guy and point out that datumsbase could be argued to be still incorrect. In English, compound nouns almost always use the singular form for the first noun, even if the thing very clearly has many of those nouns. A dishwasher. For example, nobody ever washes just one dish in a dishwasher. It's always at least a half dozen. And yet we don't call it a dishes washer. Unlike some other languages which totally do. It should be datumsbase. This is the opposite and not really related. But if we have more than one box in the house, we have boxen. I had to share that. I'm tired of all the graffitos in my condo's carport. And the aquarium in the lobby is covered in algas. As a tech editor who has had to write a style guide for uncooperative people, I am weighing in that this person is a stick in the mud with wrong opinions and you did the right thing. Use of octopi requires that there are 3.14 octopodes. The Oxford comma is the hill I will always die on. This was a fun read.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.